Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our English Leap podcast. If you're here, it means you're ready to improve your English with some fun and easy conversations. I'm Lucy.
And I'm Daniel. So, Lucy, let me ask you and our listeners something. When was the last time you sat down with your family? No phones, no distractions, just really talked. You know, those moments where you're fully present with each other.
Wow, Daniel, that's a great question. Honestly, it's been a long time. Life is so busy with work and other things. I can't remember the last time I sat down with my family like that. Now that I think about it, I miss those moments. The moments when we were laughing, talking, and really connecting.
Exactly. It's those little moments that remind us why family is so important. We get caught up in our busy lives, but family is always there, waiting for us to reconnect.
And that's what we're talking about today. The importance of family and why it's so valuable to take time to be with the people who mean the most to us.
But before we dive deeper into today's topic, make sure to check out the PDF we've prepared for this episode. It's got key phrases and vocabulary from today's conversation, and you can download it using the link in the description.
Yes, be sure to grab the PDF to follow along and learn even more.
And joining us today is our vocabulary expert, Charlotte. She's going to help break down some of the key vocabulary from today's conversation so you can add it to your English toolbox.
Hey everyone. Thanks Lucy and Daniel. I've been listening in, and you two have touched on some great topics. I'm excited to break down some of the key phrases we've used today, so stick around for that at the end of the episode.
Thanks, Charlotte. Now, Lucy, let me ask you, how do you think the way our families interact with us growing up shapes the way we form relationships with others later in life?
That's a great question, Daniel. I think our families teach us so much about how to relate to others. I remember when I was younger, my parents were always so supportive. Like, every school play or event, they were right there cheering me on. And that kind of love really teaches you about how to build relationships with other people.
Oh, I can totally relate. My dad was always like that too. He would show up to every soccer game, no matter how busy he was. I think that's where I learned the importance of showing up for people. If your family does that for you, it sticks with you. You learn how to care for others because they cared for you first.
Yes, that's what families do, right? They set the foundation for all our relationships. Whether it's our friendships, the way we connect with colleagues, or how we support our partners. The way we trust and care for others starts with what we learn from our family.
Exactly. And you know, family isn't just there for the good times, but they're also there during the hard ones. I remember when I was going through a rough patch at work. I didn't know who to turn to. And then, out of nowhere, my sister came over with pizza, sat on the couch with me, and we just talked. She didn't have to do that, but it's moments like those that remind me how family always has your back.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Sometimes it's those little things, right? Like you don't have to say anything, but just knowing someone's there means the world. I had a similar experience when I was struggling with a big decision in my career. My brother called me up and didn't give advice, didn't try to solve my problems, but he just listened. And honestly, that was enough. It reminded me that no matter how tough things get, your family is there to support you.
Absolutely. And you know what else? They're also the ones who encourage us when we feel like giving up. My dad always says, if you don't believe in yourself, at least know that I believe in you. And it's funny because every time I hear that, it pushes me to keep going, even when I doubt myself.
Yes, that's beautiful. I think we all need someone like that in our lives. And most of the time, it's family. They're the ones who see us at our worst, but still believe in our best. That's why they're such a source of love and encouragement.
Exactly. And it's more than just support. Family gives you a sense of belonging. No matter how far you travel or how long you're away, you always know that you have a place to come back to. It's like, this is where I belong. This is where I'm accepted no matter what.
Yes, I love that. I remember when I moved out for the first time. At first, it was exciting to live on my own, but after a few months, I started missing home. And it wasn't just the house or the place. It was that feeling of being surrounded by people who know and love you for who you are. That's what family gives you, a sense of belonging.
Exactly. And that's so important because it's something you carry with you throughout life. That sense of belonging really helps you build better relationships with other people, whether it's friends, coworkers, or even your own future family. It all starts with those connections at home.
So true. I feel like growing up in a close family teaches you so much about trust, respect, and how to care for others. You kind of carry those lessons into all your relationships.
Yes, and I think that's why people who grow up in strong family environments usually have healthier relationships. It's because they've learned from a young age how to handle emotions, how to communicate, and how to be there for others.
Exactly. It's like we learn all these important life skills without even realizing it. And that's why family is so important, not just for us as individuals, but for society as a whole. When families are strong and supportive, they create a ripple effect that spreads throughout the community.
Absolutely. Family teaches us how to love, how to support, and how to be kind. And when we take those lessons into the world, it makes everything better.
You know, Daniel, one thing that always surprises me is how much family impacts our mental health. I mean, just spending a day with my family makes me feel so much better. It's like a reset button for the soul.
Oh, for sure. It's like free therapy, right? I remember a few months ago, I was super stressed with work, and I hadn't seen my family in weeks. Then, we had a family barbecue one weekend, and just being around them, laughing, talking, it was like all my stress melted away.
Exactly. It's amazing how just being with family can lift your mood. I mean, you can go from feeling totally drained to feeling like you can take on the world again.
It's true. And I've read that spending quality time with family isn't just good for your mental health. It can even help kids do better in school. My niece, for example, struggled with math, but after spending more time with my sister, just going over her homework together, her grades improved so much. Sometimes, all you need is a little family support.
Oh, that's such a good point. Family really does play a big role in our success, doesn't it? I remember when I was younger, my mom used to sit with me while I did my homework. It wasn't that she was helping me directly, but just knowing she was there made me focus more. And I guess that made a huge difference.
Yeah, and it's not just about schoolwork. Families teach us some of the most important life lessons, too. My dad always taught me the value of hard work and kindness. He used to say, if you want something, work for it, but never forget to help others along the way. And that stuck with me.
That's beautiful. I think those lessons shape who we are. For me, my grandma was a huge influence. She taught me patience. I remember baking with her, and I'd always be in a rush, but she'd remind me to slow down and enjoy the process. It's funny how those little things stay with you.
Oh, definitely. My grandpa was the same. He used to say, the most important things in life aren't things. That always hit me hard. It's those values like kindness, respect, and empathy that we carry with us throughout our lives. And families are the first place we learn them.
Exactly. And those values are what shape society, right? Healthy families create healthy communities. If people grow up in loving, supportive environments, they're more likely to spread that love and support to others.
Right. It's like a chain reaction. When families are strong, the whole society benefits. I look at some of my friends who didn't have that kind of support growing up, and it makes such a difference. That's why it's so important to appreciate the family you have and to be there for each other.
Absolutely. And it's not about having a perfect family. Because let's be real, no family is perfect. But it's about being there for each other through the ups and downs. That's what makes families so special.
Exactly. It's the little moments, the memories, the laughter. All those things build stronger bonds and create that sense of belonging we talked about earlier.
And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Family gives us the love and support we need to face life's challenges. They teach us, they shape us, and they help us grow into the best versions of ourselves.
Yes. So listeners, whether it's giving your parents a call, spending time with your siblings, or just sitting down for a family meal, Remember to appreciate those moments. Family is everything.
Exactly. Cherish the time you have with them. And if you haven't reached out to your family in a while, maybe today's a good day to start.
Yep, that's your challenge for the day. Go call or visit someone in your family, tell them you love them, and just enjoy the time together.
We hope this conversation has reminded you how special family is. Thanks for listening to this episode, and don't forget to cherish those little moments with your loved ones. Now, before we wrap up, let's bring in Charlotte for the vocabulary breakdown.
Thanks, Lucy. Hi again, everyone. Let's go over a few keywords from today's conversation that you can use to improve your English. Presence. Meaning, the state of being physically or emotionally available for someone. For example, being present with your family without distractions strengthens relationships. Reconnect. Meaning, to restore or rebuild a relationship or bond with someone after a period of being apart or distracted. For example, after months of being busy with work, I finally reconnected with my family over a weekend dinner. Support. Meaning, to give assistance or encouragement to someone, especially during difficult times. For example, when I was going through a tough time, my family was always there to support me. Foundation. Meaning, the basic underlying principle or groundwork that supports something such as a relationship or system. For example, families set the foundation for how we build and maintain future relationships. Belonging. Meaning, a feeling of being connected and accepted within a group, family, or community. For example, no matter how far I travel, my family always gives me a strong sense of belonging. Values. Meaning, principles or standards of behavior that are considered important by an individual or society. For example, families are the first place where we learn values like kindness, respect, and empathy. Mental health. Meaning,
a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being.
For example, spending time with family can have a positive impact on your mental health. Empathy. Meaning, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. For example, my family taught me empathy by always showing kindness and understanding towards others. Influence. Meaning, the ability to have an effect on the development or behavior of someone or something. For example, my grandparents had a big influence on my patience and how I approach challenges.
So that wraps up all the key phrases and vocabulary from today's conversation.
Thank you so much, Charlotte. That was incredibly helpful.
Yes, we really appreciate it. Expanding your vocabulary is such an important part of improving your English skills.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's podcast.
We hope you've enjoyed our conversation about the importance of family and how it shapes our relationships.
Remember, family is a big part of our lives, and it's important to cherish those connections.
So, keep nurturing those relationships, and don't hesitate to share your own family stories in the comments.
And don't forget to download our free PDF guide. It's a great resource to support your English learning.
Thanks for joining us today. Until next time, keep practicing and take time to appreciate your loved ones.
Goodbye, everyone.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.